And we're live over there. All right. So traveling to the dark. Think about it. They experience dark every night. But this being the eclipse weekend, millions upon millions of people are traveling or moving or spending money, spending time, spending energy to travel to the dark. Why? Why? Because the way the dark is created. Because the time the dark shows up out of the ordinary. Does that make sense? It's going to be dark like midnight at 1 o'clock in the afternoon here, 12:30, 1 o'clock. For 4 minutes, total eclipse. The birds are going to start nesting. The chickens are going to run back to the chicken coop. It messes them up for a couple of days. All animals think it's dark and they start to go find their places to bed down for the night. They're like, wait a minute, that was a fast day. I must have really enjoyed it. I don't know that they say that. My point is that millions upon millions upon millions are traveling to witness the way dark is created. My question to you is, you are in a process, you are in a business that does everything the same as everybody else. What can you do to create an eclipse marketing mindset? That people will be drawn to you, that people will travel thousands of miles. We have people coming from Wyoming. We had people come last night from Minnesota. They said, we're so excited to get our camping started. We still can't camp in Minnesota yet. It's a little chilly, or maybe snow on the ground. I'll find out where they're from. And people are making reservations, going to places they've never been before, to do things they know how to do in a place they've never done it, to experience something they've never experienced before. Some people have been to an eclipse before. And they said they won't miss another one. Unless the one that was, I don't know, across the Andes. I said, that's probably too expensive to go to that one. So my question to you is, what is your eclipse marketing? What's something that you can do in a way never been done before? Or at least in the last 50 years, 40 years, 20 years, it's never been done before. People are traveling to the dark. The dark happens every night, every night, every night. And if you get drunk at 4 o'clock and pass out, it happens twice a night. So that's my question to you today. What can you do to become the eclipse 4 minutes of totality marketing? Open for questions, comments, thoughts. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Sean. How are you?
Good morning, Diane.
Isn't that interesting you talk about this? Because this friend of mine sent me this email this morning. And she said, solar eclipse sweeps away negative energies and bring in refreshing new and high vibrational positive energies. And she said that it's a historic moment in eclipse. Do not buy into anything negative, but build on peace and grace in your heart and hold it there. So it's interesting you talk about the dark and the eclipse this morning.
It's
first thing.
Well, and I would hang on to that person, whoever that is, based upon what the media is saying about the eclipse and all of the things that are crazy and negative and blah 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 blah. That's a pretty powerful person. So
okay,
I'd hang on to them for the fact that they sent you something positive about it when everybody else is not so positive about it for whatever reason. But I can tell you this. When I start to hear some of the stories of the people who have been to eclipses and the 6-hour traffic jams and all of this stuff leaving the path of the eclipse, I can see it. Our Walmart had a lot of empty spots, not empty shelves, but a lot of empty spots of things. So it's quite interesting. Hey, good morning, Dubby. Good morning, Dub Dub. I
No
don't
lamb,
like it,
no
Daddy,
lambs yet.
because I can't go outside. I have to stay locked up on the porch. Go ahead,
Oh.
Diane.
No lambs yet.
No,
Oh, goodness.
I think they're just gonna unzip and come out the side like a cartoon, like one of those Tyrannosaurus Rex costumes or something.
Oh, you know what? They're waiting for the eclipse. Bunny
Or they
came on
are.
Easter. Bunny came on Easter, so they
Yeah,
have to do it.
they got a one-upper.
Yeah.
Easter comes every year. This won't be another 40 years to the next one. So nah, 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 nah.
Anyway, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, hi, Jameis. Hi, Seamus. What's your name? You're Seamus. You look like the eclipse. Who else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? What are you working on for next week? What can I do to help you in your business? All right, Seamus. Maybe the eclipse will help me remember your name. Big monster. My baby. I want to go see the baby so bad. I want to go see Bunny so bad, so bad. I want to see Bunny so bad. No thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways, asks, nothing? Okay.
You know
Doesn't
I'll
matter.
come
Ask
on
me
when you say
anything.
that.
Go
Good
ahead.
morning, Sean.
Good morning, Louise.
How are you?
Lambless.
I
Still
know.
only one lamb.
I'm checking all the Facebook and everything. Where's the babies? Where are those babies? Like, anyway, they're coming. You know they're coming in their own time.
Oh, yeah.
So this week coming up is my sister trip.
Oh, how cool.
And I've been really excited until it hit me. Oh, hang on. How are you going to keep up with? And I went, okay, I'm going to talk to Sean on Saturday. Just some suggestions of I want to be absolutely present, and then I've got this fear of missing out. And
What can you miss out if you're present?
I'm missing out my favorite, my community here.
Aren't we already with you?
Oh, yes. Of
How
course
can you
you
miss
are.
how can you miss out? Aren't you always with us?
Yes.
Listen, there's people who get on the call when you're talking and they ain't with you then. What are you worried about going on your sister's trip for?
Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just
No, you can't miss out. You can't miss us. You can't miss out on them. Because here's what'll happen. The moment you think you're missing us, something will happen. You go, oh my God. The other day when inside that nut job community that I'm a part of, you'll be reminded and get to tell a story. You'll see stories that you get to tell about the people who are in the group. Oh my God, she reminds me of Michelle the Warrior. She's on our call in the morning. What kind of people are on your call in the morning? These kind of people, my kind of people.
yes.
So here's your being present. Go find all of our doppelgangers. Look for us in all the places that you go. So I wonder who's going to be on the call this morning in this event at this breakfast. The waitress will have a tattoo. They'll remind you of somebody. Somebody will go, a boat. Oh my God, you're like Diane. A boat, right?
Right. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's I was stepping off the path.
Kind of funny though how something as unplanned, as easily accomplished, and all effortless. You had to come, your old story had to come up with, yeah, but you're going to miss your community. You're not a good person. Are you freaking kidding me? After all I did to get this trip, to make it happen, from nothing, from no thing, from nothing to no thing to everything. Yeah, but you're going to miss your morning call. Are you kidding me? I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. for a week. How awesome is that? That's funny. I had to find something to find fault with.
It's really fascinating. And the thing that that I'm being aware of is I don't spin out. I don't tend to spin out. I just like, oh, I'll just go talk to the community.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So now bring us back stories.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. Bring us back stories that you get to share, because if you store a story for us, we're already with you.
It doesn't happen, actually. I don't take off till Wednesday, but this is
Okay. So you were really anticipating the nothing.
Yeah. It's
Doesn't happen till Wednesday, so I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to start worrying now.
I know. That's it. So let's
Oh my
just
God, that's so funny.
nip it in the bud.
Oh
By
my
then-
God, that's so funny.
It is.
I'm going on a girls' trip next year, so I don't know what to do.
Well, in remembering how this just happened without
effort.
the done deal, suddenly it was done, and being in such gratitude and appreciation for that, and thinking, oh, there's evidence. You're right. There was this like, oh, well, let's just spin it out a little bit. It's going to be awesome. So thank you. Whoops, you have gone into the eclipse that isn't happening yet.
My apologies. Dublin has been known to be an escape artist, so I wasn't sure if he escaped out when I heard him barking just now.
Oh,
He
and I
didn't.
was
He's
hoping
down.
that
He's
you were
down below
running
the
to
deck,
go
running
get a
back and forth,
lamb.
and no, running down below the deck, and Fiona's running on top. So they sound like a herd of elephants out there.
Thank you,
Oh,
Sean.
I thought
Thank
I
you,
put
thank you.
everybody on false. I had a false alarm last night. I looked at the camera, and I swore I saw the legs and the head sticking out of Lily. And I went, she's having the baby. And I said, she's having the baby. Michelle was in the shower. I said, Lily's having her baby. I'm going. She goes, damn it. And she's like, and by the time I got up to the sheep shed, I'm like, where's the lamb? I must have been drowsy, dreaming or something, or hoping or wishing. But I know I saw in the camera a baby. I figured it was so far out that gravity was going to take over and it just fall out, that I thought it's going to be on the ground before I get up there. And I look, and I'm looking on the floor, and she's still fat as a tick. And I'm looking, what'd you do with the baby? She's like, I didn't have no baby. I said, I saw it on the camera. And you didn't see it for me. Houdini, you sucked it back in. Yeah, it was. And then I got to tell everybody, false alarm, false alarm. Oh, yeah. Boy who cries wolf, right? That's going to be me. She's having her baby. No, she's not. Yes, she is.
The excitement of Lampa.
Oof. And and Michelle called herself. She came up with the name Grandpa. Grandpa.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
You feel better?
Oh, I feel so much better. I just
Okay,
had
good.
to spill it out.
Good. Well, that's what happens. See, here's the thing. The DIY method does not work. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Just say, everybody say DIY doesn't work. DIY doesn't work. DIY doesn't work.
I'm the poster
Now,
child.
what does work is the DIY do it in yearning.
Oh,
Just made that
like
up.
that.
I'm going to get a t-shirt. Remind me of what I said later, because that was good. Do it in yearning. Ask, ask, ask. Do it in yearning. Most people are trying to do it yourself. Because the ego. I got myself in this mess. No, you didn't. None of it's your mess. None of it is your mess. I can promise you this 100%. I would not ever, ever, ever. I can't tell you this Monday at 2:00. But up right now, if somebody said the eclipse is 100 miles away, let's go. Are you stupid? For what? To go sit in the dark? Are you kidding? Is anybody else going? Oh, millions. Audi 5,000. I ain't going. So did God say, I'm going to make it difficult for you to get a ranch. I'm going to test your faith. I'm going to have you see if you're going to take care of the land. I'm going to see if you share it. And if you do, I'll bring an eclipse, which I've already set in motion eons ago, so that you can experience something that a small percentage of the world experiences. And then we can elevate to a whole nother level. Because what they say happens to people who are in an eclipse. Well, you've read what Diane shared, right? The calming, the peace, the this, the that, the... I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of like 40 people showing up at your front door going, you want to have a party? Okay. Wasn't planning on it. Wasn't planning on it. So far, our first guests who came in last night, one couple and a friend, and just awesome people. Tattoos, earrings, lip rings, nose rings. It's probably, I don't know, probably wouldn't, I'd say hello to them. Most people probably might not say hello to them. Just cool people, awesome people, great energy. So we'll see. Who else? Thoughts, comments, questions? What can I help you before we wrap this up? And I go back to Lamb Watch. Dun, 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 2024. The pop heard round the world. All good? Everybody good? Now, I know the next time we'll see each other is Monday. I think I may be on my phone. I'm not sure where I'll be, whether we'll be up at the where we're parking cars, or here, or where, or what. So Mason and some college friends are going to be parking cars for $20 a car. I don't know. I don't know if they'll get 400 cars. They could put 400 cars in there so they can make $8 grand before noon. But we'll see. They don't know that I'm the coordinator. I'm the promoter. I get 50%. And the reason I know I can take it is because Michelle's collecting it. Hey, you didn't negotiate the contract before. It's kind of like every one of these rock pop stars, the kids where you go, oh my God, they got 80% of it. I love it. Anyone else? Any last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? Feel free to ask. I'm not in a rush. I want to be of service. Seriously? Nothing? Wow.
I have another story, just
Okay.
a quick story. And this is where I went, you're supposed to have thank you cards in your purse, Louise. Now, this happened yesterday. And I met a client and we decided to go to this place to have lunch, and we know the owner. Now, he wasn't supposed to be there because anytime he's there, it just so happens we never get a bill. So what happened, but he was there. But we had this anyway. The waitress was so amazing. She was terrific. And we didn't realize the owner was there. And we were waiting and waiting and waiting for a bill. And she came along. She said, "Well, Jason's here, so no bill." And we went, "Oh, love the price of this place. Love it." Then as we walked out, both of us looked at each other and went, she didn't get a tip. She was amazing to us. So we go back in and together we had $1. And so I went, oh, I didn't get the thank you cards yet. So that's my to-do today, to go and drop a card with her tip in it. I know her name, and I went, you didn't do it. You're not prepared. And if you'd been prepared, it'd been so much better. Anyway, but wonderful lesson. It was great. I just wanted to share that.
I see. That is awesome. And here's the funny thing. Drop a G in the chat if you love to give. This is for everybody. Drop a G in the chat if you love to give. You ready for the next part? Do you see how yucky you felt when you couldn't give?
Yeah.
Now, that's because you could give a little. I don't care if the tip was $100. It's a little compared to what you're capable of creating and earning and over time, right? Do you know this comfort zone that everybody talks about? That's the pain zone. It's because you're not giving. The only thing you want to step out of the zone that you're in is so you can give more. Isn't that true? Imagine being unconscious to that pain that you felt. Oh my God, we got $1. How embarrassing. She's worth more. She deserves more. I'm going to go back. I'm actually going to make a trip back to give. You don't have to make a trip back to give from your life. You can't give back. It'll be nice that you gave it to her, right? It'll be good. But what's been her conversation? Did you tell her you're coming back with a tip? No. So what's been her conversation between now and when she gets the tip? Oh, well, you didn't have to do that. Thank you. Because she don't want to make you feel, oh my God, that was so sweet. Bunch of stingy witches on broomsticks. What are you doing over here? You got the guy paying your meal. How cheap can they be? Oh my God. Why do you do that for them? They never leave a tip. They're witches on wheels. What are you talking about? Oh, I love them. They're my friends. Whatever the owner's trying to say to calm her down. And he may have given her a tip. But see, now you're feeling even worse now because your body language all just went. Who you are speaks so loud I can't hear what you're saying. But this is a lesson. This is a lesson. The reason that we feel like crap sometimes is because we're not giving. Oh, I got to do more. No, you have to give more, and you have to give yourself some grace. So next time you leave without giving a tip and you got $1, I've had it. And I go, hey, can you do me a favor? Could you ring me up I don't know how you're going to do this, but ring me up a Diet Coke for $25. All right. Ring me up a Diet Coke for $25 or $10 or whatever it is. She's like, how do I do it? You can change the price on anything. Go do a special and charge me $20 and that's all yours. But you got to, I'll write you a note. So the owner doesn't think you took $25 out of the till. You could write me up a special called Steak Tips, capital TIPS. We don't sell steak tips. Exactly. It's your tip. The reason that we suffer, we internally suffer, is because we're not giving our gifts. These people think when they woke up this morning, I promise you, they came in the dark. They woke up this morning, they're like, oh my freaking goodness. They're on the edge of the pond over there. For those of you that have been here, they're over there where the hammocks are, just across on the little point that kind of overlooks the pond. And they got the view of they're the only ones here, so it's quiet. The dogs and the coyotes last night had a little rousting of howling. You'd swear that somebody turned on the air raid sirens on the back porch. I mean, everybody was howling. Even Beamish, who doesn't howl, was howling. But Fiona howls, then Debbie howls. And Debbie has the perfect, like, howl. Fiona sounds like somebody's scratching nails on a fingerboard. On a fingerboard? Scratching nails on a fingerboard. On a whiteboard. Scratching your fingernails on a whiteboard. On a chalkboard whiteboard. Whiteboard probably wouldn't make any sound. All I'm saying is that they will probably be beyond amazing, because the pictures don't do it justice. I hope they are. But I get to give that. I get to give something that I've worked 70 hours preparing the grounds, blowing the leaves, picking the leaves, cutting the grass again, blowing the leaves, picking the grass, cutting the grass. You know how many leaves fall down from 800 trees? And then the wind blows it this way, and then the wind blows it that way. It's like I was blowing everything this way. Now it's all coming. It's just the funnest thing ever. But I get to give. And if they're good souls, they get to give back to the ground. That'll be sacred ground over there. So all I'm saying is that we feel bad when we can't give. Could you imagine how our soul feels when we can't give what we're meant to do? That's all we're trying to seek, is just, I want to give. There's things that you would do, you would give if you didn't get paid a penny for. Why would you give all of that and not get paid a penny for it? Just saying. Something to think about. Something to think about. Something to think about. Good morning, Bradley.
Good morning, Sean. How are you, buddy?
Good. Who thinks they just tuned into Survivor TV?
That's why I never turn my camera on, Sean. You always have comments.
If I ever get stuck in a traffic jam, I want to be in the car with Brad.
Sean, calm yourself, homie. I got a story to tell.
Okay, tell.
So the universe is freaking amazing, and it shows off sometimes if you allow it. I had a whole vehicle rearranging whenever I was supposedly taking this other job, because I was going to have a company vehicle. Ended up going a different direction, so didn't have that. So I had my truck, but I needed a car. So since I'm working from home, I told Heidi, I was like, let's just get you the new car, and I'll just take your car. And she's like, okay, I'm cool with that. And so we start looking, and she wants something small. She's just likes smaller vehicles. And so we were looking around. Every time we go drive something, she said, oh, it's too big. It's too big. I'm like, okay. So I just don't really love going to look at vehicles. I love vehicles, but I don't like sitting in car dealerships and getting, So I go home and I tell God, I say, I'm done looking at cars. Just send me one. Just send us the right one. And Heidi has one of her patients is a manager of a car dealership, and so I've been working with him. And we didn't say anything to him. But the night before, we had went and drove one, and she didn't like it. And I texted him, just told him, hey, we're still looking. But we had narrowed it down to what she actually wanted. She wanted a little Mazda CX-30, it's small, sporty, and all this stuff. And I didn't have a chance to message him, though. And the next morning, he had texted me, and he goes, hey, found you a car, bud. And it was exactly what she wanted. Exact color. Everything was perfect. I'm like, get it cleaned up, buddy. We're coming to drive it tonight after she gets off work. So we go over there. On top of that, he's like, oh, man, he goes, I gave you a price, and then they come back and said it was like $2,500 less than their cost, but I gotta give it to you. I'm like, write up the paperwork, man. So that's just how the universe works. It's just amazing.
And it's
Just
because you
amazing.
asked.
Yeah,
Asked.
yeah, yeah. And and this is something that's interesting to me, Sean, as I told Heidi, I said, it's kind of odd because I didn't write it down. But here's the difference. My vibration was done. I put it out there. I said, I want the car. This is what I want. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I went on the next thing. I didn't look at another car. I didn't. I was like, you know what? Just bring it to me.
Well, and that
Wow.
was gratitude. Thank
Yeah.
you. Before every
Yes.
miracle, Jesus said, "Thank you, Father."
Yep.
Bring it to me, done. And then you didn't worry about it again. That's the problem
Yep.
most people have, is they keep nitpicking at the thing. How many of you have ever heard, "Stop picking at the scab"? Y'all keep picking at the scab. Y'all keep picking at the
Yes.
wound. It doesn't even scab over.
And why won't it heal? Because you won't leave it alone. You have to
Yeah.
leave it alone.
So now the car
And
situation appears healed.
yeah.
Miracles
And then
happen.
like the the job that I'm taking, I'm starting Monday, by the way. And it's like, so the president of the headhunter company called me yesterday. He's like, hey, he goes, you want to go to the summit? You and your wife and your friends? He goes, you want to go to the summit? I go, when is it? What is it? It's this private club and penthouse on floor 23, overlooks Arkansas River, and it's a private organization or club that you can be a member of. And he's just gonna send us there. And he goes, so send me your wife's a couple of her favorite songs and your friends' favorite songs, and I'm gonna have the pianist play them the night of y'all's dinner. And he's a blind pianist that played for Garth Brooks. And I go, what's his name? And he goes, Mark Bryan. I'm like, oh my God, he plays at the church that we go to. And I had no idea he played for Garth Brooks. I was like, I just feel like this has been meant to be. It's just all like lining up.
Isn't it crazy how something that seems so amazing, God goes, I got better. I got better.
Yeah, it is amazing. And it just makes it more and more fun. You get that momentum. It's like, oh, all right, man. What's next? And not in a
No,
greedy way,
it's
but just it's
how can I be
exciting.
more grateful? Yes.
Yes. And now I get to go and share, you know, government grants and fun and give out money. And I'm not being a salesman. I'm just, bringing gifts to people, and not just money, but being able to build relationships and network and talk to people. And that just expounds on everything else that I have going on. And it's just amazing.
Well,
And
you
I,
have the
and I know,
qualifications, TB3 and all of that stuff, and a whiny baby and all that,
yeah, who's the whiny baby?
Well, you were a few times when I've talked to you.
I was
But
the big baby.
this is all because this is the growth, right? The unexpected.
Okay.
Have faith in the unseen and the unexpected. When everything is going crazy, you got to have the faith, and you had the faith.
Yes.
And you kept it. And the reason you kept it is because you decided to do the hardest work you've ever done.
2/17/24
Yep.
was the day.
And you know it. I know it was
Yep.
when it was October or September. I got to think of the date. But when I was 14.
Yep. And that story, Sean, is what made me know that I could do it. Sean could do it. I could do it.
If I could do it, most anybody could do it, for sure.
That's not true. That's not true.
Most.
Well, I know there's going to be a day when I'm going to need to find a speaker, and I'm going to have Sean G. Murphy come speak in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Washington. They said they're going to send me to Washington too, so maybe we can get you hooked up down there, talking to more of the world.
Yep. Inside the Beltway, baby. Let's go get rid of them.
Yeah, vibing. I just wanted to share that, my friend.
That's
You
awesome,
guys.
brother. And listen,
It's
so
awesome.
now you have, so here's what you get to call it. You have your Napoleon Hill moment.
Who?
Napoleon Hill.
Oh, I thought you said you, Napoleon.
No, you have your
Okay.
Napoleon Hill moment.
Gotcha. Yes.
Listen, if you don't give me a
Absolutely.
if you don't give me a title, I'm going to use your noodle to get the boodle. No. And you said,
Oh
I'm done
man.
looking. You said, I'm done being a human. I'm done being a man in God's world, and I'm done looking at cars. Just give me the one that we need, please, God.
Yep.
Save me the
Yep.
time so I can profess my faith to you. I can tell you how God delivered to me. He only wants us to be messengers.
Yes. And it's the because, John, and you taught me that. Because why do you want the car? Because not because I want to be flashy or it was because I want to spend time on other things. I want my wife to have what she wants.
Yeah.
Because it has nothing to do with me.
Well, and since you have such a background in CRX 53s or whatever that car is, you were able to find it without any problem, how to search the internet and do this, that. You didn't have anything to do. You're like, I'm done. I'm done.
Done.
I turn it over and listen, I'd love for it to happen by morning, if not sooner.
Yep. It's just like, okay, you go drive it. Well, this one doesn't have heated seats. Okay. This one's not all-wheel drive. Okay. It's like, oh Lord, I'm not that guy. The universe is really good car finder, car fixer. Luis can tell you about that. He fixes cars and he does all kinds of stuff. Or she. I ain't trying to be prejudiced.
Right. I love it. Congratulations. What a great story.
Thanks, bro. I love you all.
Tell him, Beamish, we love him too. Tell him we love him too. Yeah, my baby.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bob Kane.
I just wanted to share, and I think I sent you a message yesterday, that I missed yesterday's meditation, but caught the discussion. Then went back and so grateful that you have those recorded and available to us. I've now gone through it 3 times, and there'll be a couple more times today. It just hit my heart big time. And I'm grateful that God led you to share that.
Thank you.
And,
yeah, I am too. I sometimes my ego gets in the way. I go, really? You want me to? Okay.
And the best things happen when we listen to him. And that's such a huge freaking lesson.
Getting out. Dubby keeps getting out. He's a little, I was going to say ventriloquist, but ventriloquists don't get out of things. Those are magicians. An illusionist is maybe what I was going to say. I thought he was here, but he's not. Well, I'm glad it works for you, brother. And here's the thing. You listen to it, right? It's easy to do. It's easy not to do, right? You've listened to it a few times. Awesome. Love it.
Tremendous. You have an amazing day, my friend.
Thanks, brother. We got 5 more guests coming today and 6 more tomorrow. The couple that the group that was in last night, the 3 of them, had a little campfire going over there. It was so awesome.
Well, you enjoy it, and I'm sure they'll have a blast.
It'll be fun. It'll be something.
Indeed.
Thanks, brother.
Take care.
Take care. All right, ladies and germs. I hope you all have an amazing Saturday. Keep tuned to the chat groups. Lamb Watch 2024 still underway. If we have a Lily's got to have 2 in there, because if there's 1, it ain't coming out. It ain't coming out that hole. She's got to have 2. She's carrying saddlebags on both sides. She's fatter than a tick. So we'll see. Keep an eye watch. I love you tons. I'm your brain training Lamb Watch misfit. I'll see y'all where?
At the next event.
I love it. All right, everybody. Give me some Costa Ricas.
Pura vida.
Pura vida.
We love you, Mark. And some Lydia's. What, Beamish? How you doing?
Peace be with us.
Peace be with us.
Beamish. And some I Got Your Back, Jesse Lee Wards.
Boss
I
Lee.
got your
back.
We love you, Jesse Lee. All right, everybody, go have some fun. What, Beamish? You can't get out. Nobody can get out. You all got to stay on the porch. I love you tons. I'll see you all on Monday or sooner via live with Lamb-Mageddon 2024. All right, everybody, talk to you soon. Bye for now.